And good evening from Joe W. Stadium at Turlock High School. Welcome to Pup Football on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Mark Heffernan. Tonight, good match between 3-1 Turlock and 4-0 Central, the Central Section. Central is ranked number 16 in the state. The Grizzlies, they won the last two Central Section Division I championships. Turlock at 3-1, coming off a 14-6 defeat of Sheldon. And Central last week was a 49-0 victor over Paso Robles. This year, Central has scored 179 points, given up 35, 44.7 points per game. They've allowed 8.7. And Turlock at 21.2, they've allowed 12 points per game. So the Turlock defense against that potent offense of Central, that's kind of the story. We want to run the football and keep possession time and the ball away from Central, who can score very, very quickly and obviously very often. Central Grizzlies, the Turlock Bulldogs tonight on NorCalSportsTV.com with Mark Heffernan. They're about to play the national anthem right now. We're coming up here. The band, Turlock Band, is out in front of us here at Turlock High School. They have a turf field and artificial track here at Turlock High. I believe that a woman's going to sing it herself. Maybe I think she's taking a picture of the Turlock team. Usually when the band comes out, they're going to play the national anthem. Sometimes you have a singer, and sometimes it's recorded. So I'm not really sure how they do things at Turlock. A couple of weeks ago, I was here when the Bulldogs knocked off Tracy 43-14, a game which they came alive in the second half. Frias was the top player in that game, and I think he has to have a big game for Turlock tonight. Had 193 yards rushing last week, also 4.5 tackles on defense. Frias for Turlock, a key player. Pass to the quarterback, has to limit the turnovers. They had 2 fumbles, 2 INTs last week, and that victory over Sheldon. Remember, they only won 14-6, but Turlock had over 200 yards more than Sheldon overall. So it was a game they probably should have won by 3 touchdowns, but they won by 8 nevertheless. But tonight, different stories. They face a team that is a state playoff contender. I mean, Central hasn't done well against Folsom in the last 2 years, but Folsom is definitely a state powerhouse. They gave up 84 points to Folsom in the state last year, Central. New quarterbacks, both their quarterbacks are seniors, and I believe transfers from other schools. They had a 3-year player the last 3 years, and they got to the Central Section Finals 3 consecutive years, lost in the finals when he was a sophomore, and won the last 2 years, and they look to do it again. That's the Central Grizzlies. Central Turlock coming up very soon after the national anthem, I believe. You're watching Turlock football on NorCal Sports TV, NorCalSportsTV.com. Central High Grizzlies coming out, team in white, orange helmets. Yes, a lot of high schools in Bakersfield don't like Central because they're very good and they're loaded and talented. And they played Turlock last year at Collegian Stadium in Fresno, and Central came away victorious. First time I've seen these two teams play each other in this rivalry. And now the captains are meeting at the 50-yard line. Joe W. Stadium, nice scoreboard. Like I mentioned, we have the turf field, artificial track, which I heard is about 8 years old or so. Nice stadium. Not a huge stadium, but great for high school football and great for playoff football. And you see Turlock in their deep blue and gold uniforms, deep blue helmets. Their helmets and their uniforms remind me very much of Shafter High School, which is located just northwest of Bakersfield, where I'm from. And Shafter played last year in the Division V Central Section Football Championship. They lost to a team from their own league, Kennedy High in the South Sequoia League, from the South Sequoia League in the championship. In fact, Shafter had beaten Kennedy by maybe 30 points 3 weeks earlier. But in the title game, Kennedy took care of him. So now we will hear our national anthem from Joe W. Stadium here at Turlock High School prior to the Turlock game against the Central High Grizzlies on NorCal Sports TV.
Turlock High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Daniel Baudino.
Okay, welcome back to Joe W. Stadium here at Turlock High School as the Bulldogs take on the Grizzlies of Central High in Fresno. They were calling them Fresno High, but there is a Fresno High, Central High School from West Fresno, just west of the freeway. They have a couple of campuses and an student enrollment of probably over 4,500, 4,500, the Central High Grizzlies. And speaking of Central, they are ranked number 16 in the state of California, number 1 in the Central Section. They are the two-time defending Central Section champions. They have rushed this year for 151 yards per game and passed for 267, so they have great balance. That's in 6 games. They average 44.7 points per game. They allow 8.7. This year they beat Edison 47-12 from Fresno. Whitney 45-16. Whitney is one of the top teams in this section, the Sac Joaquin section. They defeated Grant from Sacramento 38-7 and Paso Robles from the Central section along the Central Coast 49-0. So looking very good. Quarterback Jameson Silva, a senior, 6'1", 185, 54 of 69, 78% this year, 828 yards, 11 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Quarterback ranking, 150.8. Probably top player, Quo Collin, number 2, 43 rushes, 338 yards, 7.8 yard average, 4 touchdowns, 14 receptions. Look for Xavier Worthy, number 1, Jeremiah Hunter, number 3. They have 11 and 15 receptions, etc. Turlock moving left to right. They received a kickoff here in the first quarter. They drive it out to about the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And kind of like navy blue and gold uniforms, Turlock Bulldogs. Winners over Sheldon last week, 14-6. In the game they probably should have won by 3 touchdowns, but might haves and probablys don't count. They had 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost, and a couple of INTs. Turlock is ranked number 89 in the state. In the section, number 13, the Sac Joaquin section, number 13. Folsom is number 1 in the Sac Joaquin section. They lost to De La Salle last week. That's usually the only team that beats them every year because they're victorious in the Division I AA bowl game. De La Salle along with Mater Dei and Bosco playing that open division, the elite division. 2nd and 10 coming up for Turlock. And this, they have a girl and a boy mascot here at Turlock. They're on the track in front of us. Central visitors on the far side. See Turlock High School, the name on the gym to our left. Passley quarterback. Might be a false start against Turlock. Yes, it is. 2 guys are moving at the same time. You can do that in the Arena Football League, but not in regular football. Brooke Pasley, number 16, the quarterback, the captain, 6'3", 200, had a 27-yard touchdown pass to David Cruz last week in the second quarter. Not a real good game, 9 of 19 for 136 yards, interception, 15.1 yards per catch, but kind of a slow game for him. Frias, 23 carries, 193 yards last week. And guess who has the ball? Number 21. And he really they have to block for him. He has to do some damage tonight for Turlock. Frias, very good as a linebacker and also exceptional as a running back. False start again, back-to-back plays for Turlock. That is not the way you want to start off a game against Central, backing up. Frias averaged 8.8 yards a carry last week. Wow. Brock Passley, we talked about him, the 27-yard touchdown. Holden Baldwin, number 10, was out last week, and he's playing today. He's in the slot right for Turlock, so he's back. Rios Rogers had 6 tackles. He is number 14. Number 6, Gade Gilbert, had 4 tackles for Turlock. The pass complete up to the 30-yard line to Miguel Pena. Miguel Pena for Turlock, very short gain. It'll be 4th down for the Bulldogs. What hurt them was back-to-back false start penalties. They kind of backed up inside their 15-yard line, and they were very conservative. Back lead for Central is Jeremiah Hunter, 6'1", 180-pounder, one of the receivers for Central and the punt returner. Hunter this year, 85 yards in punt returns, 15 receptions, 256 yards, 17.1 average, and 3 touchdowns. Willie, number 1, 11 receptions for 248 yards, 4 touchdowns, 22.5 per catch, 95 yards in kickoff returns, and then he's number 1, 3. Number 2 is Quayle Conley. Okay. This broadcast of Turlock High football is brought to you in part by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club and Benton Roberson CPAs. Come visit us at 2053 Gear Road, Suite A in Turlock. And by Willie's Pizza and Wings. Went there today. Awesome place. I had some of those delicious wings, buffalo wings. And Joseph, our executive producer, was there. We were enjoying the big screen and talked about Antonio Brown, blah, blah, blah. So 4th down for Turlock. They'll be punting from their own 15-yard line. Might have been movement against Central up front. They tried to jump that time. The Grizzlies. We'll see what the officials call it. Nice evening, too. I think it's another false start against Turlock. They've had 3 tonight already. 3 false starts. Wow. That is not good. Last week's the turnovers. 3 false starts in the first series. And they're punting from their own 10-yard line. Probably 78 degrees of kickoff. Very short punt. And takes a Turlock roll to about the 36-yard line. Hunter lets it drop. It'll be 1st and 10 for Central. Moving right to left here in the first quarter. 10-10 to play and no score between Turlock and the Central Grizzlies. The punter and kicker for Turlock, number 71, Diego Angel, averages 30.7 yards per punt. Actually averaged out last week. Okay, Central football spread offense. They've done this for like the last 4 years or so, but they run very well out of the spread. Silva, the quarterback, fine start for the senior, steps up, off the high down the right sidelines. And the pass incomplete. Great coverage on Xavier Worthy. That's a good job by Gage Gilbert, number 4 for Turlock. No penalty on the play. Let him play. 2nd down and 10. So Central, like I figured, just going after Turlock in the very first play. They'll pass 30 yards down the field, their own 5-yard line. It's not a big deal with them. They're not really a conservative football team. That's not how they run their program. It's Kyle Biggs, the head coach there, and James Peterson for Turlock. They call him in the backfield. He breaks loose momentarily. He gets across the 43-yard line. So they could have had him for a loss, but being the great back that he is, he gained some yardage. Quayle Conley. His position is athletic, or athletes. 338 yards rushing, coming in, 7.8 average, 14 catches, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. He can do a lot. That is number 2. Fake to him. And a pass complete. 1st down into Turlock territory, to the 30, to the 20, 10. Touchdown, Grizzlies. That's to number 80, Manuel Oliver Davis, tight end. That ball was faked to Conley in the backfield. Quarterback Silva threw on the run. Turlock playing zone, and he was able to find the seam. Oliver Davis on a pass play you thought might gain 15, 20 yards, and goes a distance. There's a fake and a rollout. Like I said, the ability to throw on the run, and he showed some speed from the 40-yard line. This kind of split the defense. So it wasn't a long pass play, but they could score on a long pass play or a short pass play. Ability to throw and run for the quarterback. The PAT is wide left. Number 18 trying it, and that is Alvarez, Carlos Alvarez, 6-0 in favor of Central in this game. Yeah, they score very quickly. This broadcast of Turlock High School football is brought to you in part by American Asphalt, taking care of business. And by, guess what? FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Tune in to find out. Now it can be from Turlock or Central. I was informed prior to the game. So the FitPro GO Player of the Game, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. New location now open in downtown Sonora. So the FitPro GO can be from either team, Turlock or Central. So I asked that question to Joseph and Dion. I wanted answers, so I asked. I didn't want to assume too much. Little pooch kickoff. Live football. Picked up by Turlock player to 32. Central is very crafty. They pooched that in between the first line and the second line. It was a live football, and Turlock basically had to jump on it the last minute. Now, Central's going to attack you the entire game, so you can't put your guard down. That's why they're averaging like 44.7 points a game this year. 6-0 already. Turlock had 3 false starts in the first series. Not good. One was on when they were lining up for the punt. So they're back at their own 33-yard line. 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Down 6-0 already. So Silva showing some magic early for them. Inside handoff goes to about the 35-yard line. Frias the ball carrier. A very short gain of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Turlock at the 35. Down 6-0. The good thing for Turlock is that Central missed their PAT. When I was talking about all these other players in Central's team, the guy who scores the touchdown is Manuel Oliver Davis. Senior, 6 feet, 170. Nice run by pass to the quarterback. Across the 40-yard line to the 42. And they're giving Turlock a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Move the chains at their own 42. So it was Oliver Davis who actually ran the final 40 yards on his own. So it's a reception and run by him. He showed good speed as he split the defense. Turlock wants to run the football, keep the ball away from Central, have some possession time. Here's the guy to do it. Frias tries to split to the right side and bangs forward to about the 45-yard line. Anthony Frias, number 21. We'll see that Jeremiah Shelton on the stop for Central had 17 tackles this year. Shelton is number 56. Jeff Armstrong, number 51, has 11 tackles, 1.5 sacks. 18 tackles for Shandor Lopez, number 44 in defense. Central looking tough on defense early. They only give up about 8.7 points per game. Lynn, that's Shandor Lopez on the stop, 44, and Dalton Lynn, number 2, the ball carrier. Dalton looked pretty good 2 weeks ago against Tracy. Didn't have too many stats against Sheldon because Frias did the bulk of the work. He had 193 yards in that particular game. And they didn't pass that well, Turlock. 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Pass looking right, over the middle. Almost picked off. Incomplete by Lopez. Right through his hands, number 44. 4th down for the Bulldogs. Well, they will be punting from their own territory, but not badly. They'll be punting from, looks like the 30-yard line, 31, 32-yard line. See the play again. Plenty of time to throw. Threw into double coverage. Lopez was in front of the receiver, so he forced that one. Wobbly pump. It takes a Turlock roll on the turf. Look at it. To the 6-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for Central at their own 6. 6:55 to play in the first quarter, 6-0 Central on NorCal Sports TV. Now, this broadcast of Turlock High football is brought to you in part by Willie's Pizza and Wings, American Asphalt, taking care of business, Benton Roberson CPAs. Come visit us at 2853 Gear Road, Suite A in Turlock. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp, overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls, coming the summer of 2020 to Sonora, California. Sonora, Dion's area. Dion, the pass complete to the other side to the 10, 15, 20, and a 1st down for Central Out of bounds for the Grizzlies. Sahil Sihota, number 21, 5'10 receiver. They come back the other way to the right side. I mentioned Worthy and Hunter. Neither of them has caught a pass today. They just go to other guys. Like Tom Brady had completions to 7 receivers in the game the other day. He knows where everybody's at. Encroachment against Turlock. That will cost them 5 yards. So they're having little mental mistakes in this game. You've had 4 or 5 yard penalties. 1 false start, 1 encroachment. Cannot let that happen against Central. Sorry. Those are not physical mistakes. They're mental mistakes. And I'll try to count those, because that's about the nuances of the game. Silva gives the ball off. And again to about the 31-yard line in Central Territory. Like Rios Rogers, who had 6 tackles last week with stop. And Bradley. Situation where it's 2nd and 2 for Central. 2nd and 2. Silva hit and dropped in the backfield. He faked the ball to Conley, kept it himself, and he lost yardage. Looked like oh, yeah, it's Frias. Yes, Frias in there. Number 21 does it defensively and offensively. He beat Macia, defender for Turlock, to the ball. He's very quick, number 21. And he read that play beautifully. 3rd and 6. So Frias will do whatever it takes to win and play, number 21 for Turlock. Little screen, incomplete to Conley. Good job by the Turlock defense. They'll get the ball back. That sack by Frias, very important. They had 2nd and 2, made it 3rd and 6. And then the toss to the right side, incomplete on the screen. So good job by Frias making the play and getting the ball back for Turlock. Central will be punting from their own 15-yard line. Lynn, the deep man for Turlock. He's number 2. It looks like Frampton. Let me see if that's number. Yeah, Frampton. No, that's number 42. Lynn lets it drop, and it takes a Turlock roll. Bulldogs will start in Central Territory at about the 46-yard line. That is number 42, Ruben Rubio. Rubio for Central, number 42. Averaged 38 yards a punt last week on 2 punts. So he did not get the solid roll he would like, and Turlock has it in Central Territory to start this drive from actually inside the 47-yard line. 6-0 Central. 5:29 left in the first quarter. Pasley to Frias to the outside. Cuts up. Look at him run hard. He always does. Out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. They were trying to strip him of the ball. You got to hit number 21 to bring him down. I mean, he's pretty good as far as ball security, and you have to stick him to bring him down. He did a great job picking up 9 yards on a play that looked like he may pick up 5. And that extra. They'll call it 2nd and a short 2, a long 1. Turlock. Frias again to the outside. Breaks the tackle, cuts back, has a first down. Running hard inside the 30-yard line. First down, Turlock. Anthony Frias. Guy tried to tackle him by the ankles in the backfield. He broke that and then gained another 7 or 8 yards. So good job by Anthony on defense and offense. He makes things happen. Versatile player. Once again with the ball. Hitting, driving, second, third effort. And to about the 25-yard line. No, he just pops in there. He's about 195 to 200. Anthony. They listed though at 5'10", 205, so really good size for a high school running back. And he has speed, but he also runs very powerfully. And he knows what he can do out there. That's the whole thing. 2nd down. That's Dalton Lynn. He is thrown to the turf for a loss. Ruby on the flow down for Central. 4 minutes plus to play in the first quarter. And 3rd and 6 for Turlock at the outside of the 25-yard line in Central Territory. So Pasley looking over the plays. 3 outs to his left. Trip right formation for the Bulldogs. Looking right. Pump fake into the end zone. Nice pass. Picked off. Incomplete. Carl Hewitt, who has an interception this show, almost had his second INT of the year. Tough play. Kind of jumped up into the air on a throw by Pasley, as we see it this time. Kind of like Richard Sherman when he played for Seattle, jumped up the air, but he knocked it away. No, he didn't tip it into the air where it could have been caught by a Turlock player. So good play on defense and double coverage on the receiver. Good DB play. 4th and 6 for the Bulldogs, and they were going for it. Pasley looking right. Plenty of time to throw. Fires it. Complete. Inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Turlock. His big receiver, Holden Baldwin. Remember, he was out last week. They're glad to have number 10 back. Glad to have number 10 back. He's got some size. I knew they were throwing to him the whole time. Had one-on-one coverage. Pasley looking at him, made a nice move. And good throw. He had a little separation on the DB. Pass was perfect to the outside. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 6 for Turlock. Good to have Baldwin back. Pasley. Frias. Not much there. Gets to maybe the 5-yard line. Let's get that push up front from some of the guys. 2nd and goal. That's inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5 for Turlock. And we have number 44 in the game. That's Jaden Jackson for extra tight end on the right side, extra blocking for Turlock. Now they've gone to the I formation. Bullock, fullback. Frias. Hit, driving. And they push him back. Looks like he's close to the 2-yard line. They brought in Tamir Bullock, number 5, the fullback in the I. Then Frias went to the tailback position. Some extra blocking. Central came up very well on defense. It's 3rd and goal from outside the 2-yard line. Remember, 6-0 game, so Turlock, if they score, give the PAT, they can have the lead. Frias up the middle. Touchdown, Turlock! Anthony Frias, 21, straight up the guts. 6-6 game. Everett Johnson saw him coming off the field to commit to the University of California. I formation. And to get it to Frias with Bullock. The fullback blocking for him. Had to get about 2.5 yards, and they got it. Straight up the gut. Well, Turlock is tied the game. They have a chance to go up by 1 as Angel will try the PAT. I'm not sure what the white hat is calling. Talking to Coach Peterson. Officials tell him to cut some noise in the fan in the stadium. I don't know. Angel trying the PAT. Nice snap. It's up and it's good. The hold by Dalton Lynn. Guess what? Turlock 7, Central 6, 2:12 to play here in the first quarter on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Mark Heffernan. Wow. This broadcast of Turlock High Football is brought to you in part by Meeting Rooms on Demand. New location now open in downtown Sonora. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Tune in to find out. And by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club. Willie's Pizza and Wings, great place to stop. Just down the road from Turlock High School, east of the high school. The lady was telling me they get a lot of people that come in on Friday afternoon during the week, but she wants more people to come in after the game like tonight. So I talked to the ladies that served us today, and she said a lot of the kids, a lot of the students, they turn left, I guess, on East Canal and go the other way, going west. And she would like more people to come in after the game like tonight to Willie's Pizza. They got a lot of full-screen TVs, some old-school arcades, nice pizza and wings, great place here in Turlock, and obviously they really support Turlock High School. So Freehouse, who else scores a touchdown? He kind of set it up with that sack on defense. When Central had 2nd and 2, the sack made it 3rd and 6, and then Silva threw an incompletion on 3rd and 6. They got the ball back in very good position from the 47 and went down and scored, and Freehouse had a lot of key carries. So defense leads to very good offense, field position. Central moving right to left here in the first quarter. Number 1, Xavier Worley, puts out of bounds across the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for Central. There's Worley, Xavier Worley. Oh, look at those dance moves, man. Wow. Little straight arm. Push him out of bounds. Turlock's luck there wasn't a personal foul. You want to be driving a guy beyond that white line. They kind of got away with something. Not 4 or 5 yards on the sideline. You got to let it go. 1st and 10. They got a great spin move by Conley, number 2. Running hard inside the 45-yard line. 1st down, Central. It looked like they had Conley in the backfield. This is a great spin move to get away. That's just all athleticism right there. That's why his position is athlete. It doesn't say running back, receiver, says athlete. His position, athletic. There it is. Look at this. Boom. Another 5. Another 10. Runs over DB. Says, get out of my way. I'm not going out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line for Central. Calling the backfield to the right of Silva. He has the football again. He loses another would-be tackler. Out of bounds to the 40. Hit by Christian Cruz, number 34. Solid hit for Turlock. Elusiveness, the word for Conley. Elusiveness. That's why he averages 7.8 yards a carry. There's nothing there. He still gains 4 or 5 yards. What's this? Officials timeout or what? I'm not sure what the White Hat's doing. Jeremiah Hunter, number 3, is going to the sidelines. I'm not sure what the referee was doing, the White Hat. He's in control. Jameson Silva, the quarterback, number 8. 2nd down. Looking right. Pressure to the outside. He gets away momentarily and down to the 40-yard line. Nice tackle by Devin Bradley, number 28, for Turlock. 6 feet 210. Pressure on the quarterback. Yes, shoestring at the 41. So Turlock doing a real good job. 3rd and 8 for Central. 7-6 Turlock over Central. Good ball game. Fans are into it too. Electricity. Still looking right, left. Plenty of time. Rolling to his right. Here comes the pressure. He throws on the run. Looks like it's complete on the far side. They got 1 foot in. Yes, it is. It'll be 1st down for the Grizzlies. At the 30-yard line to Worthy, number 1. Not James Worthy, but Xavier Worthy. A worthy cause. That's what you can do when you have a quarterback that can throw on a run. The pressure was there. Through a strike. Receiver runs a great pattern. Boom. That's his talent. That's talent. As we see the pass. He's pressured again. Silva gets away, going to his left. Runs to the 30, to the 25. Out of bounds, close to the 20-yard line. And really, that should be a personal foul on Turlock. You can't hit a guy when he's 8 yards out of bounds. You gotta get away from that stuff. Seriously. They hit the quarterback who was beyond the little net where they punt. You got to hit him in the field. You can't hit him out of bounds. That's not in good football. That will cost you there. And this game's at Turlock High, but they've had a couple plays where they've hit guys out of bounds. They didn't call it, and that was the worst. When you hit the quarterback, they're going to call it, believe me. He was 7 yards out of bounds, the quarterback. He wasn't going anywhere, going out of bounds. That's a bad mistake for Turlock right there. First down outside the 10-yard line. That's just not even a smart play. The 11-yard line, timeout Turlock. You've got to use your head out there. Benton Roberson CPAs provides personalized tax, accounting, and financial guidance to individuals and businesses throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Our team believes in partnering with you and your team to build a lasting relationship that will help you achieve your financial goals. Give us a call today and experience the Benton Roberson difference. We look forward to hearing from you. Benton Roberson CPAs. My whole thing is that, you got to play by the rules. It doesn't impress anybody when you hit somebody hard 5 yards out of bounds, especially the quarterback. You're going to get called for it. You're playing a good football game, and you don't want to give them momentum back to Central. You don't want to wake up a top-notch team. Whether you're talking out there or stuff like that, not the right thing to do. Just take it from a guy who's played a few sports in his time. First and goal, Silva looking over the defense. Number 8 for Central. 3 receivers to the right, looking right. Lost it high into the air. Tipped away and complete. Good defensive play. A high fade to the right side. Oscar Cruz. There are 3 Cruzes on the team. There's number 24, Oscar Cruz, 34, Christian Cruz, and number 85, David Cruz, who's a tight end. And David had a 27-yard touchdown reception last week. David Cruz. Another loft to the right side. Man is open momentarily. He's got it. Touchdown, Central. Number 1, Xavier Worthy. Inside the pylon, far right side. It's a high pass that you have to run underneath. We'll see it this time. Great throw by Silva. And these quarterbacks are taught to throw this ball well. Gets the ball, rid of it quickly. Has the man beat just momentarily. Boom, right there. On defense, Josiah Gonzalez. Couldn't do much with that. Lofted over his head. And you got a good receiver who runs excellent patterns like Worthy. Has speed. Alvarez trying to PAT. Alvarez splits the uprights. Wow. So they come right back. Grizzlies 13, Bulldogs 7. So, excellent drive by Central to come back. And like I said, you want to play aggressive football, but you got to play it properly. And at any rate, Central took advantage of some of the penalties against Turlock, and they scored. Nice throw from Silva, who has 2 touchdown passes today. He has 13 this year. 13 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Silva. What's amazing, we're still in the first quarter, and we have a 13-7 game. So we have number 8, Silva, who looks pretty good. Quarterbacks don't have to have a real big-time arm in the system, but they have to utilize a lot of receivers, and they got to float the ball very well to the outside. Out of kickoff, a tackle by number 31, Adrian Chavez of Central. It will be first down for Turlock, 19.9 seconds left in the first quarter. And they will start inside the 30-yard line, moving left to right here late in the latter stages of the first quarter from Turlock High School and Joe Debley Stadium. They mark it at the 26-yard line, right hash mark for Turlock. They had that strong drive last time they had the ball, which started at the 47 in Grizzlies territory. Pass looking left, and the pass complete. Short gain to the 30. Running hard. First down and more. That's what I call second, third, and fourth efforts. Tackle by Conley and company, but a first down for the Bulldogs. Miguel Pena wanted it badly, number 7. So Pena with another first down for the Bulldogs at their own 38 as the first quarter comes to a conclusion. Good game here on NorCal Sports TV. It's Central 13 and Turlock 7. I'm Mark Heffernan. And guess what? This broadcast of Turlock High Football is brought to you in part by Meeting Rooms on Demand. New location now open in downtown Sonora. NorCal Summer Basketball Camp. Overnight, week-long basketball camp for boys and girls coming the summer of 2020 to Sonora. Also, FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Tune in to find out. Our FitPro GO player of the game. It could be from either team, Central or Turlock. And obviously right now it's up for grabs. So, a really good ball game in the first quarter. 13-7 Central. Thing about the Grizzlies, they tend to get really warmed up as the game goes on. So you can play with them for a quarter, which I thought Turlock would, but they tend to get on a roll and they can score like 3 or 4 touchdowns in a 6-minute period. So you have to limit the long plays, and you have to limit their runs like they have in basketball. Pazzi with the keeper. Running hard. Across the 40-yard line to about the 42. Big quarterback for Turlock. Emerson on the stop. Brock Pasley, number 16, is a 6'3", 200-pounder. Nice arm. Good size. And second down coming up, 2nd and 7. That last touchdown pass to Worthy was a thing of beauty by Silva. The deep pylon, right side with the catch. Pass complete to Lynn. He is hit by a couple of Grizzlies at the 42. One of them is Sean Heyman, number 4, who has 1 INT this year, the right corner. 14 coming over. Yubro Emerson. Yubro has a touchdown offensively. 15 carries for 66 yards for the Grizzlies, number 14 on offense. But he plays primarily on defense. Third down. Pass looking left. Pump fake. Overthrown. And the pass intended for Holden Baldwin. It will be 4th down for Turlock. Great coverage by number 4, Sean Heyman. Right on him. And if he would have caught the ball, he was out of bounds. You can't play DB any better than that. And they were thrown to the short side of the field because the ball was on the left hash mark. So they didn't have a lot of room to work with, real estate, Turlock. Angel comes into punts, number 71 for Turlock. Standing inside his 30-yard line. 10:46 to play here in the first half, 13-7 Central. Not much of a rush. Beautiful kick, high, turns over, and takes a Bulldogs roll. Not a substantial roll, but very good, to about the 18-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Moving left to right here in the second quarter. They're ahead 13-7. Turlock plays in the Sac Joaquin section and Central in the Central section. Central, the 2-time defending Central section champs. Number 1 in the section this year. Number 16 in the state. Turlock, number 13 in the Sac Joaquin section. The number 1 team is Folsom in the section. And they're number 89 in the state. Conley again, eluding tacklers. But he's got quick footwork. Number 2 for Central. Played last year. You know, you can't get a good shot at him. A lot of his yards, a guy is trying to make the tackle, and he eludes him with a quick feet going left, right. He's not what you call a real hard runner, but he's strong in the legs. Silva pressured, and he goes down. Sack for Rios Rogers. And he had help with his friends. Silva twisted left, right, and he plummeted to the turf across the 15-yard line. Great sack job by the Turlock defense. They've done a great job this year. Only give up 12 points a game. They scored 21.2. And Central, 44.7 points per game. They allow 8.7. But, they're playing different teams, and we're not always sure of the quality. Clayton Valley Charter is a very strong team that Turlock played. The pass complete to Worthy, I believe. He caught it. He lost the ball and he went out of bounds. But see if the officials calling it incomplete. Okay, didn't have the ball long enough. Good hit on the far side. And Turlock playing a very physical, aggressive defensive game. That's what you want to play. And the physical style of play is doing very well for them early on against the Grizzlies. And Central will be punting from their own 3-yard line. So looking good. That's number 42, Ruben Rubio, the punter. Line drive, horrible-looking punt, but takes a Central roll. In the Turlock territory, it's down at the 48-yard line. So very good field position for the Bulldogs at their own 48. Here in the second quarter, 9:17 to play. They're down 13-7. Frias scored the first touchdown on a 48-yard drive for Turlock. And that was from the 48 of Central, this time from the 48 in their own territory. Silva's hit Oliver, Davis. Actually a short throw, he went the distance. And then Worthy for the touchdowns. Nice push into Central territory to the 49-yard line. Freeze on a carry number 21. Look at big number 54 up front for Turlock. Everett Johnson, 6'7", 320. 6'7", 320, the Cal commit. He just stands head and shoulders above everybody else. Has that size for an offensive lineman for, the college game. He doesn't even look that heavy either. But I don't think he needs to put on any more weight. But when you're 6'7", you carry the weight much better. Little play action, pass rolling to his left. Pass is high and complete to Bullock. He just missed that one. You got to throw that ball about 8 yards, and you thought he was throwing to Shaquille O'Neal. That was way up the ladder. Bullock in there at fullback, number 5 for Turlock. They bring him in when they go to the I with Bullock at fullback and Frias at tailback. Now it looks like they were bringing in Dalton Lynn, number 2, and also number 7 is Miguel Pena. Pena will line up on the other side. Number 7 for Turlock. The ball's on the right hash mark. So we have Baldwin, number 10. In the slot, we have Lynn, Pasley. Freehouse to his right. Lynn in motion. Pasley. Sprint out right. Under heavy pressure. And he goes down. Could not unload it. 56, good play. Jeremiah Shelton with the sack. Shelton in there very quickly. So defense is making big plays in this ball game. And 4th down for Turlock. Angel back in there punting from his own 26-yard line. Nice snap. It's off the side of his foot to the right. Very fortunately for him, took a Turlock roll. Some of his punts don't look pretty, but they take nice rolls for his team, anywhere from 8 to 12 yards downfield. And that's all it counts. They're not returning them, so that's also a plus. So you eliminate the run back for Central. And the Grizzlies have it at the left hash mark at their own 30-yard line. 13-7 Central over Turlock. Good ball game here at Joe Debley Stadium. Beautiful evening in Turlock, north of Fresno and Merced. There's Collins putting his head down, has a first down for the Grizzlies. Quo Collins, that time he showed some speed and power at the end. So he can show speed, elusiveness, and power when he needs to have it. Well, he's 6 feet 190, so that extra size gives him power, very much like Frias, who has speed and power. Frias going about 195, 200. 170-pounders don't run with the same type of action. Quick toss, incomplete by Silva. Had to get rid of it, and his receiver was very well covered. Receiver Hunter. Excellent coverage on the far side by Turlock. And they're doing a good job on defense tonight, the Bulldogs, to hang in there. And you know what? When you play at home, you want to have one of your better games of the year. Defense played well the entire season. There's Conley again. Jumps to the air, knocked out of bounds. There's a first down for Central. Now you know why he's averaging over 7.9 yards a carry. Very fast, quick acceleration. Line up on a slot and ran to his left and cut up field. Very effortlessly. 4 touchdowns on the ground and 3 through the air as a receiver for him. So a quick drop and a pass. Complete. Nice throw and catch by number 3, Jeremiah Hunter. Beautiful throw by Silva. See how quickly gets rid of the ball, Silva? Jared Goff could learn from him. The ball was barely in his hand, and the pass was perfect down the left sidelines. Now he's a high school quarterback, a senior. Good coaching and talent. First down outside the 20. It's either a timeout or a false start, probably. Timeout. Bulldogs, 7:10 to play. Just boom, it's gone like that. He gets that ball from the center. Pass is gone. 30 yards downfield right there. And the DB hadn't played very well, too. But, you teach that, but a guy has to execute it during games. Willie's Turlock High football brought to you in part by Willie's Pizza and Wings. Went there today. Great place. Have you been to Willie's yet? Willie's Pizza and Wings is located just east of Turlock High School. From our tasty pizzas with dough made daily to our awesome wings, yes they are, big screen TVs, and our old school arcade, we have a little something for everyone. So drop in for a slice, at lunch, bring the family for dinner. Since sometimes the best place to hang out is the couch, Willie's delivers also. Willie's Pizza and Wings, just east of Turlock High School, here in Turlock. Hey, great place. Great place to hang, as they say. 1st and 10. Silva's pass towards the end zone. Man open, touchdown, Worthy. Worthy had 3 yards of separation. He was in the right place at the right time. The pass, perfect. Worthy's just getting going. Back-to-back TD receptions for number 1. Nice throw by Silva to Worthy. See? Everybody was single covered, but he beat his man by 3 or 4 yards. Had a receiver to the middle, receiver to the pylon, and he was in the middle. And like I said, the thing that impresses me most about Silva is his quick release. Jameson Silva, number 8. He gets rid of that ball. The PAT is up and it's good. Alvarez. Central 20 and Turlock 7 now. So it was 6-0 at the start in favor of Central. Turlock scored to go up 7-6. Had a few penalties. They've had 4 false starts, 1 encroachment, which really didn't hurt them much in the early going. The other series, I thought they got a little aggressive, hitting guys going out of bounds. I think they got away with one by the official, but the last one was very flagrant when they hit the quarterback, who was almost by the curb, by the track. That gave Central 1st and goal. They scored, and you know what? That woke up Central. I mentioned that during the broadcast. You don't want to wake up a good team. You hit the quarterback going out of bounds, and the game was tight then, and they start to separate from you, just like Worthy has the last 2 times. You make hits within the sidelines. There's 50 yards to do that. Great leg by Alvarez. That will not be returned. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 20-yard line. Don't return kicks that go into the end zone in high school football. Never do. 20-7. This broadcast of Turlock High football is brought to you in part by Willie's Pizza and Wings, American Asphalt, taking care of business. And, of course, FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Tune in to find out. I got some guys in mind already, but it's only in the first half. Pass that gives it off. A little push up front to the 20-yard line. Like I said, I think the thing that's improved for Central this year is their defense. They have a little bit better than last year at this stage. Offense has always been potent, but it looks like their defense has improved. We'll see what transpires in their league, the Tri-River Athletic Conference. Some good ball clubs in that league for Kyle Biggs. And Turlock plays in the Central California League. Pass complete, hit from behind, and no gain. Grizzlies really pumped up now on defense. They kind of turned it up another level. Pena, two guys drove right through him, and they hit the quarterback that time he knocked the ball. So a little more passion for Central in this quarter. I told you they would warm up as the game progressed. They don't really care about fast starts. So we've got a 3rd and 9 situation at the 21-yard line for Turlock. 5:50 to play in the first half. They're down 20-7. No turnovers here. Pass is rushed. Throws in the grasp and throws it away. Man, Central really coming on that series. They turned it up a notch or two. So is number 56. Almost got the sack. That's Jeremiah Shelton. We got a sack the last series. The pressure there. And in fact, they hit Passley twice when he was trying to throw. So not a lot of blocking up front. And a very poor series for Turlock. And they got a punt from inside their 10-yard line. Central has really just pushed the button, though, in this game, offensively and defensively. It's a nice punt. Angel. Hunter. Midfield 50. 45. Spin move to the 40. Trying to strip on the ball. He keeps on going forward inside the 30-yard line. Wow. He went an extra 20 yards on the play. What were they doing on special teams? They were trying to strip over the ball instead of tackle him. The guy's running the sidelines. You got to just run through him, push him out of bounds. Don't go for the football. Should have been right there. That should be it. Another 5. Another 10. Another 15. Another 17 yards after the initial hit. Ridiculous. You're trying to strip the ball, though. Big opening with Conley to the 20-yard line. Some of it's athleticism and some of it's just not playing the game properly. If you strip him of the ball, it'll probably go out of bounds anyway. 20-yard line, 20-7. So looking left, now right. Lost it high. Great spot into the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Worthy double coverage. Well, a little bit underthrown by Silva. Like I said, they will stay aggressive the entire game. They will keep on attacking and coming after you. 3rd and 3. They're in 2-down territory. Had a run by Conley. Shed some tacklers inside the 15 to about the 10. Looks to be a first down for Central. Number 2, Quayle Conley. Jordan on the stop for Turlock. Central looking for more at 20-7 right now. 1st and goal. So looking left, high into the end zone, has a man open, touchdown. That's Conley out of the backfield. He beat Rogers on that play, the linebacker. Kind of a wheel route. Pass was perfectly beaten by a couple of yards. So getting that separation, the receivers, like I said, he's a running back and a receiver. Out of the backfield, number 2. Nothing fancy, he's beat his guy. little bit quicker, and the pass was there. Pass wasn't underthrown. It was just right there. So you have that communication between the quarterback and the running back or receiver. Great kick by Alvarez. Splits the uprights. 27-7 in favor of Central. So the defense for them has been able to get them great field position. The pressure on the quarterback this last series. But they don't necessarily need to start a drive inside Turlock territory, but you'd rather have them start at their own 20 or 15-yard line than at their own 40 or midfield 50. Just give them more time, but like I said, they pass the ball and they can run the ball. But I think their pass sets up the run as opposed to the running setting up the pass. But coming in, they have a great balance. But they score a lot of points primarily because they're a pass-oriented team. So they do a little bit of both to keep you off guard. And when you play running back for Central, you have to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Got to be versatile. Kickoff in the end zone, touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Turlock at their own 20-yard line. So Silva adding, he has 3 touchdown passes today. Let's see. He has, I missed one. He had Oliver Davis. Worthy. Oh, wait a minute. Worthy and Cotton. No, he has 4. He has 4 tonight. That run to across the 25-yard line by Passley, the quarterback. Brooke Passley, number 16. And second down coming up for the Bulldogs. So Silva, Sheldon with a stop. Silva with 4 touchdowns already tonight passing. Had 11 coming in with 1 INT. Very impressive. Gives the ball off. So they were popping up front. Central, number 8 with the initial stop. That could be Silva playing defense. No. The number 32, Dominic Mendez. 18 tackles coming in for Mendez. INT, number 9, Cameron Vaughn made the initial stop. 6'3", 240-pound defensive end, a senior for the Central Grizzlies. 3rd and 1 for Turlock. Down 27-7. Nice run by number 22 for Turlock. Josiah Gonzalez got hit, smacked in the backfield, spun loose, and got the first down. Well, Josiah, who had, I think, a couple of touchdowns one of the earlier games, showing some toughness at 170 pounds, number 22. He replaced Frias on the series. To the right of Passley. Got 2 receivers on each side. Lynn in motion. Number 2 has the ball. And he's thrown down and tackled. Isa Watson with a stop. Followed him all the way. It's number 26. 1.5 sacks coming in for Watson and a lot of speed. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. 27-7 Central over Turlock. Joe Debley Stadium at Turlock High School on NorCal Sports TV. Mark Heffernan. Joseph is our executive producer. Turlock at 2nd and 9. Pena line up near side. They stopped the run very well this evening, the Grizzlies. Really have number 53 making a stop. That would be Dante Namulalu with a stop. A 250-pound junior for Central, number 53. Timeout Grizzlies. Maybe they want the ball back at 3rd and 9. I'm not sure. Okay. Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club is proud of their players, from their academics to their leadership accomplishments to their on-field championships. We would like to thank our community's businesses, individuals, alumni, and families for all their financial support for all our football teams. Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club, a great sponsor of Turlock High School and football here on NorCal Sports TV. Quarterback Club. 3rd and 9 coming up for Turlock, and Central called a timeout. Maybe they want the ball back. Maybe they just want to use up their timeouts. But see, with Central, they think there's always enough time. So if there is 40 seconds to go and a half-hour game, and they're on defense, they still think there was time enough to score. They have that mentality. Pasley, plenty of time to throw. Off the high on the left sidelines. Great coverage and knocked away. Good job by number 7, Carter Anderson on defense. Did a great job, Anderson. Played him perfectly all the way. Real good D-back coverage, and that ball would have been out of bounds anyway if the Turlock receiver would have caught it, because you can't run out of bounds if you're a receiver. Even if you catch the ball, it's not going to count. You got to stay in bounds. So maybe the pass went that way and faded that way. But you see where the DB was in the field of play when he knocked it out. The receiver was out of bounds. Nice little spiral punt by Angel. Nice straight arm by Hunter, number 3. Stays on his feet and goes down to the 40-yard line. Great straight arm by Hunter. Don't really go too far. You can straight arm, it's not illegal. You can't hold on to your opponent's face mask. You can straight arm. Get that hand in between the helmet. There he goes. Good coverage by Turlock, though, special teams, to not let him get loose. Because he, Colin Worthy, many times can take those extra yards. You know, it's like the catch and run. The pass tipped away incomplete. Thrown by Silva. Looking for 88. A.J. Simpson Battle. A.J. coming in with 152 receiving yards for Central. A.J. A.J. says, I got this, man. 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies. 2:07 to play in the first half. Silva looking left. He's rushed and he's sacked at the 30-yard line. Like Bullock applying the pressure, number 5 for Turlock. He was trying to go deep down the left sidelines. Silva, 150 left. 3rd and long for Central. 3rd and 18. Number 8 at quarterback, Jamison Silva. Trip right formation for the Grizzlies. Looking left. Flush out of the pocket. Going right. Nobody's open. He will run it to the 40-yard line, 42, and tiptoes out of bounds. Head of number 4, Cade Gilbert for Turlock. 4th down coming up for Central. So Silva got as far as he could. Did a smart thing. Headed for the sidelines. 4th and 8 for the Grizzlies. And Gilbert back deep for Turlock, number 4, standing at his own 28-yard line. Rubio punting. Beautiful punt, high. Great hang time. Super roll for Central. They down it inside the 5-yard line. Worked out very well, extremely well executed by the punter and by the special teams. Oh, the officials say it went to the end zone. I thought he downed it at the 1. Maybe somebody's foot was in the end zone when they thought they downed it. That's all I guessed. The back guy there. Maybe his foot was in the end zone when he thought he downed it at the 1 or 2. Nevertheless, it's 1st and 10 for Turlock at their own 20-yard line. As let me right to left. 1:11 to play. 27-7 in favor of Central. Pasley looking left for Baldwin. The pass incomplete. Check that. Receiver number 17, that's Kyle Rumayer. No, it's Darian White. Darian White, number 17. Pasley watched him the whole time. You know, you have to check off your receiver sometimes. Rumeyer, number 17, reached out for the ball. And he thought there was interference, but I really can't say much about that. The pass was a little bit overthrown. Good effort, though, at the 40-yard line. Darian White, 170-pounder, number 17. Second and 10 for Turlock, 1:06 to play. They're down by 20 points. Nice handoff. That was a good fake. Goes to Frias. Nice break across the 40-yard line to the 43. First down for the Bulldogs. Anthony Frias, second, third, fourth effort. Running left, cutting back to his right. Showing some power and speed and cutback ability. Class of 1979. Go Bulldogs. Wow. 40-year fans. Watch out. Getting into my territory there. The 70s. 57 seconds left in the first half and a 27-7 lead by Central over Turlock. Jameson Silva, the quarterback, number 8 for Central, has 4 touchdown passes tonight. As we see that run by Frias, number 21. Typical Anthony Frias, always gaining extra yards. Silva's hit Oliver Davis. For the first score is only about a 10-yard toss as he rolled to his right. Davis put on the afterburners. Hit Worthy a long fade towards a deep pylon. Going right to left. Then he hit Worthy going the right sidelines. That pass incomplete. There was single coverage for Turlock on that play, and Worthy was wide open. And then, of course, the last touchdown to Conley out of the backfield, kind of a swing pass, but in the end zone, sort of like a wheel route to Conley. So he has 4. He just basically beat the linebacker on him. Didn't do anything special. Fumble on the turf. Central football. First down, Grizzlies. At a 38-yard line. See the play again? That ball just came loose. I don't know if he missed a handoff or what. Miscommunication in the backfield. Remember, they had 4 turnovers last week against Sheldon Turlock. 2 fumbles to the other team and 2 INTs. Turnovers have not been their problem tonight, but it's their problem right now. Silva's pass incomplete. 10 for Hunter, number 3 at the 35-yard line. Look, quick slant. Incomplete. And I can guarantee they'll be throwing a pass towards the end zone. Everett Johnson, number 54, coming back to the game on defense. They're not going to run the football and run out the clock. They'll be throwing it deep. They don't do that. Ball given to Conley. The outside. Gains about 4 yards and goes out of bounds. They ran that time, but they ran to the outside. To the 35. Clock stops at 42.1 seconds left for the first half. 3rd and 7. Be 2-down territory for Central. I doubt if they'll be trying a field goal from this distance. Alvarez has a very good leg. Silva, good time. Steps up, rolls to his left. Here comes the pressure. And he's thrown down. Took way too long. Jaden Jackson with a sack. I think they have 4 sacks tonight. Looked like Mariota that time. Taking all day. I mean, you really can't stand back for 10 seconds and expect to have protection. Only so much time. So Turlock, according to my estimation, has 4 sacks in the game. And timeout. Central They'll probably just throw this ball into the end zone, I would think, unless they just want to use it for their sacks. So Turlock with about 4 sacks has helped them somewhat. Kind of extends the series, nevertheless, but 27-7 game in favor of the Grizzlies here at Joe W. Stadium on NorCal Sports TV. Okay, back to the action. Should be the final play of the first half. Central called a timeout. 2.9 seconds left. They have a 20-point lead, and the ball is at the Turlock 44-yard line. I would guess that Silva's going to try to throw in deep. Got 3 receivers to the right, trip right formation. Look for the Hail Mary type of play. Otherwise, just put a knee down. He's looking left, now right. Comes the pressure rolling to his left and goes out of bounds as the clock expires. The thought process was there. At the half, Central High Fresno 27, Turlock High 7 on NorCal Sports TV. And this game brought to you in part by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club. Speaking of them, the Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club is proud of their players. From their academics to their leadership accomplishments to their on-field championships, we would like to thank our community and businesses, individuals, alumni, families for all their financial support for all our football teams. Quarterback Club. And that's pretty awesome. Also is brought to you in part by Benton Roberson CPAs. Come visit us at 2853 Gear Road, G-E-R, Gear Road, Suite A in Turlock. And by Willie's Pizza and Wings, all in Turlock, just down the road from Turlock High School, east of the high school. We went there this afternoon prior to the game. Did a great job feeding us, watching ESPN, and they have some beautiful, huge, big screen TVs, delicious wings, pizza, you name it. And the people are very friendly. And the ladies were telling me, we want more business after the game tonight. We want to see more people here after the game this evening. So a lot of people come during the day, like after school, because you have 2 schools nearby, elementary school and Turlock High School. So there was a lot of traffic there during the day at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But they like to see more people come in after Friday night home games like tonight. I said, yes, I'll mention it, because it's a great place. You have video arcades, kind of old school that I grew up on. Probably the only games I could beat my son at. So really a nice family atmosphere, and it's a local business, so you want to support your local businesses, especially one that supports Turlock High School, and that's always pretty cool. So in the first half, it was really show Jameson Silva, number 8, the quarterback, the senior quarterback for Central. He had thrown 11 touchdowns coming in and completed 78% of his passes. Well, right now he has 4 TDs that he has thrown in the first half, 2 of them to Worthy. Xavier Worthy, number 1. One was a right fade towards our left end zone. The other one, he has beat his man going the opposite way inside the right pylon. Also had a wheel route completion to Conley out of the backfield. Conley, number 2, the top runner. And they started the game as he had some pressure rolled to his right, kind of flipped it out to Oliver Davis. Oliver Davis is number 80 for Turlock. Caught the pass. Showed some great speed, the final 40 yards to score. That was the first points of the game. So Central led 6-0. Turlock came back on a touchdown run by Frias, which capped off a 48-yard drive. That was about 2 yards away. They had Bullock at fullback. They were in the I formation the final 3 plays. So they went up 7-6. But Central came right back, helped out by a personal foul penalty against Turlock. They hit quarterback well out of bounds. I think that kind of pumped up the Grizzlies. They were moving the ball anyway, but they gave them a first and goal situation. They scored, and they have dominated ever since. Now, Turlock has 4 sacks in the game, but that hasn't helped them that much because think about Central. They could be 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 15. The way they pass, it's not a big deal. If they're a run-oriented team or a team that didn't have a quarterback that threw that well, it would be more of an impact. But early on, there were three false start penalties against Turlock. They also had an encroachment penalty, despite the fact they had 4 sacks and a number of personal fouls. But that has been a difference in a game. The difference has been the elusiveness of number 1, Xavier Worthy, a fine wide receiver for Central, running ability and receiving a Quayle Collin, number 2, and the wideout Jeremiah Hunter, number 3. And I told guys prior to the game, watch out for 1, 2, 3, and 8. I've been right. 1, 2, 3, and 8 have been most of the big plays for Central tonight. That's your 2 receivers, your running back receiver, quarterback. But also what's impressed me with Central has been the kicker, Andrew Alvarez, number 19, and the guys on defense. Number 26, Isa Watson, Dominic Mendez, 32. We also have guys like Scotty Lobato, number 40. Had 13 tackles coming in. He's been solid. Ruben Rubio, 42. Punting the ball, playing some D. Shonda Lopez, 18 tackles coming in. Armstrong, 1.5 sacks. And then Jeremiah Sheldon's had a sack. He was like, I think, number 1 or number 2 in tackles coming into the game. So a lot of guys contribute for them. And, of course, Manuel Oliver Davis, who had a first score, the senior wide receiver, 170-pounder. So, great teams have maybe 4 or 5 guys that stand out, but the other dudes do quite a bit. But the thing that impresses me most about Central is not so much their offense, but it's their defense. And they had averaged only 8.7 points allowed coming into the game, scoring 44.7. And they'll probably give up more than 7 tonight, but they put their offense into good situations on the field. Last year, I think their offense, their defense was really that. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't anything spectacular. They just try to outscore you. But when you play an elite team in the state playoffs, you can't really outscore them, which happened when they competed against Folsom and lost 84-46. And that game got away with them in the fourth quarter. They got beat by Folsom the year before, too. Now, Folsom was a very powerful team and probably more physical than Central. But defense is always important in football, even when you average 40, 45 a game, because eventually a strong team's going to hold down your offense. You have to win with other ways. Turlock, I think, did a pretty good job for about the first quarter and a half, but the passing game of Central started to warm up, which I thought it would. And even though they had 4 sacks, Central pretty much did what they wanted to do in the first half. They averaged 44 a game. They have 27. So Turlock has come out in the second half with a concerted effort, continue playing physical defense, but they have to move the ball better offensively. Have to run the ball more effectively. Frias and Passley has not looked real sharp tonight. Some of it has to do with the pressure on him, but he's got to sharpen up his game and complete some mid-range passes like 8 to 12 yards downfield. You can't come back all at once, but he has to improve his game because you have league coming up. It's all about developing yourself. Now, football is a team game, but as a player, you work in practice and during the game. Every play is important, regardless of you're ahead by 20 or down by 20. You don't play that many games in your high school career. It goes by very quickly. This game is already halfway done. This is the 5th game of the year. We're already halfway to the regular season. You don't know how far you're going to go in the playoffs. It's not like baseball where you play 35 games or basketball. So every game of football is so much more important than in baseball or basketball or volleyball because you only play 10 games. So as an individual player, what haven't I done in the first half? How can I pick up my game? What about the nuances of the game, the fundamentals? Am I getting in position to make tackles? Am I blocking properly? Am I focused in every play? Do I have my assignments? And all you can do is do your best individually, and hopefully the other guys pick it up. So you don't worry about the score so much. You're more concerned with how you are playing as an individual. Because you want to have playing time next week and throughout league. You don't want to lose your starting spot if you have a bad game. But obviously the speed of Central has been evident tonight. It's kind of exposed Tulare a little bit, Turlock. And I don't think Turlock's played a bad game. I think a lot of it's just covering receivers a little bit faster than anybody they've faced this year, and a quarterback that has a quick release, a very quick release, and very accurate, especially throwing the fades and the lobs. Sometimes you can't stay with a guy when you're a defensive back. You have to give him more room. So you have to make those kind of adjustments if you're a defensive player for Turlock. They're fine up front for the most part, stopping the run. But you look at Conley, he's just very elusive. It looks like you have a chance to bring him down for a 2-yard run, and he gains another 8 or 9 yards. Is that bad tackling? No, not really. He's just a guy that's very good. He's got dance moves out there. He could take a hit. He's 195 pounds. He could bounce off and gain another 9 yards. He had a couple great runs where he had second, third, and fourth effort. Also, I think Worley had something like that at Hunter. It looked like they were stopped at the 40, 35-yard line, and they gained another 20 yards. And part of the problem there, I thought, Turlock, the players were trying to strip the ball loose instead of driving through the offensive player, and that's the issue. Okay, at the half, it is 27-7 Central over Turlock on NorCal Sports TV. Okay, we're at halftime here at Joe W. Stadium at Turlock High School. At a score at the half is Central High of Fresno 27 and Turlock 7. Now Central scored the first touchdown of the game. A short pass from quarterback Silva, Jameson Silva, to Oliver Davis. And Davis carried the ball the last 40 yards. It was about a 55-yard play. Showed some speed on that little toss. Silva flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right. Little short toss, a la Patrick Mahomes. Turlock came back on a 48-yard drive. Scored on a goal situation. The ball given to Anthony Silva, number 21, their top ball carrier. They had a PAT that led 7-6. The Central came right back and had a drive. There was a personal foul against Turlock for hitting the quarterback on a run, well out of bounds. And then Silva hit Worthy, a nice fade, deep right corner of the end zone. And from there, it just kind of went downhill, or should I say downhill for Central and uphill for Turlock. 4 touchdown passes in the first half for Silva. 2 of them to Worthy. One the fade there. Another one he had his man beat one-on-one. And a roll route and a great pass to Conley out of the backfield. So we have a 27-7 game as Central missed 1 PAT attempt by Alvarez. 4 touchdowns to 1 in this ball game. What will transpire in the second half, we will find out. I'm Mark Heffernan. This broadcast of Turlock High football is brought to you in part by Turlock High School Quarterback Club. Yes, the Quarterback Club. We're proud of our players, from their academics to their leadership accomplishments to their on-field championships. We would like to thank our communities, businesses, individuals, alumni, and families for all their financial support. Thank you for supporting our football teams. Turlock Bulldogs Quarterback Club here at Turlock High School. The broadcast brought to you in part by Benton Roberson CPAs. Come visit us at 2053 Gear Road, Suite A in Turlock. Benton Roberson CPAs in Turlock. We're at Joe W. Stadium. The turf looking good here tonight at Turlock. Artificial track looking nice. I would love to run on a surface like that. Did one time many years ago. Now they have made changes to those tracks. They have improved them. And guys are running faster. Looks like the 1979 graduating class being honored tonight here at Turlock. Is that 40 years? Wow. That's a long time. 40 years. Okay, Kyle Biggs, his team looking very strong in the first half. James Peterson, Turlock trying to get them going. Turlock coming in with a record of 3-1, and Central at 4-0. Central is ranked 16th in the state, number 1 in the Central section. They're the 2-time defending Central section champs. And Turlock is ranked 13th in the Sac Joaquin section, number 89 in the state. Turlock onside kick. Ball's loose. Turlock thinks they have the ball, at least their players on the sidelines do, but it's Central Grizzlies football. I'm not sure that Central was expecting an onside kick, but you have to expect anything, especially when you're on the road. The team you're playing is 20 points down on you. They have to do things like that. But for the Grizzlies, they have it 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line as they move left to right here in the third quarter. Yes, I do see a flag at the 43-yard line. Official putting it back into his pocket. I guess that means we are waving it off. Maybe we're not. It's against Turlock. And 1st and 5 for Central. I'll give him to Conley, number 2. Down the sideline, 45-40. Flag is down to the 20-10. Touchdown, Central. But it may be coming back. It's like a 52-yard burst holding against the Grizzlies. I'll tell you what, I'm a running back. I don't like that. You guys, the offensive lineman or receiver was taking away 52 yards from me. Jeez. He was just gone. Right sidelines, boom, down the sidelines. Just showing that elusive speed. But the flag was thrown very early. So he gets a sprint in very early in the game. Early here in the second half. Holding against the Grizzlies. That does not make Coach Kyle Biggs very happy. It'll be 1st and 12 for the Grizzlies. It's a nice pop. Number 14, the ball carrier, Yebro Emerson, has 65 yards coming into the game and a touchdown, 4.4 average for Central. A Grizzlies player down on the turf. And it is turf. I checked it prior to the game, and I can see it up here. It's not necessarily what you call artificial surface. They actually do water turf, but it grows differently than regular grass. That's the first player we've had down in this game. You know, earlier this year, the first and second weeks, a lot of players were having cramps, especially some of the games I was doing in Bakersfield. And in many of the games, there was probably 5 players that had to exit due to cramps, and they came back and made plays. Now, that happened in some of the high school games and also in the youth football games that I did. That was late in August, which I think is too early to play football in the Central Valley, but because of the state playoffs, they pushed everything up. That's number 65. Number 65 for Central, and that would be Eric Berquist. 5'8", 240-pounder, Eric Berquist. For the Grizzlies, the white unis, orange helmets. Kind of like a little bit of blue with the orange trim on their numbers, and great sportsmanship by the Tulare High fans. Okay. 11:35 to play in the third quarter here from Turlock High's Joe Debley Stadium. We have second down. Second and 11 for Central. We got Colin to the right. The quarterback, Jameson Silva, number 8. Beautiful pass down the left sidelines, incomplete. Overthrew Hunter. Excellent coverage by number 17 for Turlock, Darian White. Darian White showing some speed, 170-pounder, but there's a flag down. Another hold. This defensive holding. Maybe they call it on White. White, yes, White was probably holding the receiver as he was blowing by him. I'm not sure if that ball would have been catchable, but they call defensive holding against Turlock. The broadcast of Turlock High football is brought to you in part by Willie's Pizza and Wings, just east of Turlock High School. Great place. Pizza, wings, video arcade, big screen TVs. Watch ESPN, watch Fox, whatever. Watch your favorite team. Soft drinks, things like that. At Willie's Pizza and Wings. Willie's Pizza and Wings, east of Turlock High School, just down the road. And they want to see you tonight after the game, win or lose. Ladies are saying, we want more people here on Friday nights and Saturday nights. We're open late Friday and Saturday night. We want to see more people here Friday and Saturday evenings, especially tonight after the game, which is happening here in Turlock. Conley is down at the 42-yard line. It looks like he has a first down, though. It appears from my vantage point. Jackson with the stop, number 44. Looking at the spot by the officials. Oh, okay, it's third down. 3rd and 1 for Central. With about the 43 in Turlock territory. Turlock defense hanging in there tonight, down 27-7. Jameson Silva, quarterback number 8, with 4 touchdown passes today. That's a first down for Central. The ball going to number 14, Emerson. Emerson getting a few carries, so he's running with full force every time he touches the ball. Number 14, kind of giving a little breather to Conley. Gets the first down. Look at the high fives from his teammates. Nothing like coming to a game and running for a first down. So you are contributing. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Inside the 40-yard line in Bulldogs territory. Right hash mark. Conley has it from Silva. Puts his head forward. Goes to about the 37-yard line. Frias tripped him up with a tackle by Masihi. Number 59 with a stop for the Bulldogs. Everett Johnson, big guy, over center. He plays pass. So hit and dropped in the backfield. Trying to throw deep to Hunter, number 3, towards the left pylon. Pressure collapsed on him. Another sack, probably number 5 for Turlock. Bradley with the sack. He's had a fine game. They're doing a good job sacking the quarterback. I have them unofficially with 5 in the game, Turlock. Part of the reason is Central throws a lot, and Silva has a tendency to keep the ball a long time because he's throwing deep. Out of the back for the Conley. 45, 40. Little cutback. And driven backwards. Probably got up to the 37-yard line. Turlock says they have the football. That's what they're saying, but the white hat says not necessarily. Coach Peterson wants the football. There's a Silva. Yep, goes down. Kind of got sandwiched that time. 4th and 9 for Central. As we look to the sidelines and Coach Kyle Biggs. They're from the 38-yard line, Turlock's territory. And they go for it. They're inside the 40-yard line. Turlock almost jumped. So, looking right. Pass is blocked, knocked down, incomplete. Good job. Tyron Montgomery coming in, number 32. Get that out of here. SWAT job on the quarterback. Good defensive play. Turlock takes over. Silva was looking for number 88, A.J. Simpson, battle on that play. A.J., a wide receiver, came in with 152 yards. Yeah, Silva's about 6 feet, 6'1", and that pass was knocked down, incomplete. Pass that gives the ball off. Central, like they have all game, doing a good job against the ground. Okay, look at number 99, Ricky Correa for Central. 6'4", 320. Ricky Correa, senior. 14 tackles coming in, 1.5 sacks. He's a heavy load at nose guard, right over the center. Try to move him out, 320. Playing a 3-4 defense. He's right in the middle at nose. 2nd down and 9 for Turlock. My situation, you're Turlock, you're down 27-7. Get the plays off. You're down by 20 points, 7-17. You're having a lot of valuable time just waste from the clock before you call a timeout. Going to call a timeout, call it right away. You're behind the game, not ahead. It's not in your favor. Okay, Turlock High School football brought to you in part by Benton Roberson CPAs provides personalized tax, accounting, and financial guidance to individuals and businesses throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Our team believes in partnering with you and your team to build a lasting relationship that will help you achieve your financial goals. Give us a call today and experience the Benton Roberson difference. We look forward to hearing from you. Benton Roberson CPAs. Like I said, when you're down by 20 points in a game, you got to pick it up offensively. Don't let valuable time waste from the clock. Going to call a timeout, call it. Don't wait 10 seconds. Frias to the outside, to the 40-yard line. Has the first down. Midfield 50. Stays on his feet. 40, 30, down the sidelines. Great cutback at the 20 and down at the 12-yard line. Anthony Frias, number 21, Central. Deep in the Central territory for Turlock. Number 2-1 makes it happen both sides of the ball.
All the way down to the 12-yard line.
There's when he picks it up there after 5-10 yards. 195-pounder, nice cut. Inside number 7, Carter Anderson. At 1st and 10. And I'd say about the 12 or 13-yard line. Frias. And they need to score when they get down here. Need to score. And it looks like some confusion. Ashton Balcom, number 11, going back and forth. Got the I formation. Bullock, the fullback. Frias, the tailback. Pitch back, Frias. Does a good job getting up to the 10-yard line. Tries to sandwich that defense.
Frias on the carry, brought down by Conley.
Conley playing defense. I've been calling him Quayle Conley. Could be Qually Conley. I'll call him Q Conley. Could be Qually Conley or Quayle Conley. But I'll just call him Q Conley because I might be mispronouncing his name. I do know who he is, though. Second down, 7. Pitch back again, Frias left side. Hit and dropped at the 10-yard line. Great defense by Central. Not allowing him to get to the outside. Lobato, number 40, making the stop. He's had a few tackles this year coming in. 3rd down. Turlock, 3rd and 7. Did not gain a yard. Brooke Pasley, 16 at quarterback, 6'3". Bullock, Frias behind him. Run formation. Frias to the outside, blocked by Bullock. Tries to cut back, and the Grizzlies kind of swarm over him. Maybe it gets to the 9-yard line. But it'll be 4th down for Turlock. What do? Do they go for the first down, or do they try to field goal? Ran the ball on 3 consecutive plays against Central. It's 4th and 5 or 4th and 6. Looks like they're going for it. Grizzly cheerleaders and fans yelling, defense, defense, across the way. Of course, their fans are enjoying this game on NorCal Sports TV. Fake to Frias. Pasley, rolling to his left, into the end zone, knocked away, incomplete. Knocked away by a defender, then it tipped off the fingertips of a receiver. That'd be Cruz for Turlock, incomplete. So they run 3 consecutive plays, then they pass on 4th down. Tough throw going to his left. Very good defense. He had 4 guys covering 2 receivers. So Central's not fooled on D, and they take over. So instead of settling for the 3, Turlock goes for the touchdown, comes up empty, still down 27-7. But they have Central back deep in their own territory inside the 10-yard line. As Central is moving left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Trip right formation. 4:44 left in the 3rd. Nobody has scored in this quarter. Conley, the outside. Q Conley puts his head down and close to that first down marker. Like I said, I was calling him Quayle Conley. Might be Qually Conley. So I'm calling him Q Conley from now on. Some names you could pronounce them 2 or 3 different ways. I'm called Mark Heffernan more than I'm called Mark Heffernan. So I tell people, call me Mark or Hef. There's no M in my name. Quarterback falls on it, kind of faked the ball into the gut of his running back, and then the ball came loose, so Silva fell on it, so that's like a wasted play for Central. But you have to fall on the football. It's live there at the 15, 16-yard line. Second down, 12. Conley again. Meandering through the defense. It's like Jackson drives him out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. Rogers. The third down coming up for Central. Central being more conservative in this drive because they're deep in their own territory. They had a 6-0 lead. We're down 7-6. As Carter comes back, number 54, playing over center on defense for Turlock. Going with a 3-4. The pressure, Silva's pass is complete. First down to Hunter. And across the 35 to about the 38, then driven back. Quick toss. And Jameson Silva is so good on that. The senior quarterback, number 8 for Central. Lightning quick release. The receivers run quick, good routes. They have very good hands. They like the whole package, and you have an offensive line that can hold people out for a couple of seconds. Spread offense. Conley again, eluding tacklers across the 45, and close to another first down for the Grizzlies. Number 2, Jackson with a stop. But the Grizzlies moving the football at 3:20 left here in the third quarter. Joe Debley Stadium, Turlock High. Backing up. Going to Conley. Got cut in and out. And drives to the 45. Another first down for Central. Kind of had a nice little hesitation on that run at midfield. Dipped right, dipped to the outside. At first down at the Turlock 46-yard line for Central. His backup run's pretty good too, number 14. Emerson, Yebril Emerson, running that time. And Emerson, like the last time, runs for first down. So he comes in and runs for first down yardage, and they will keep him in there for another play, number 14. Okay, Silva to throw. Down the right sideline, beautiful pass, touchdown to Worthy. See that spiral. Worthy again, third TD reception of the ball game. That pass was picture perfect. That toss. Yes. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, that was beautiful. One-on-one coverage, and Worthy beats that one-on-one coverage. But the quarterback lays it out. Beautiful looking spiral. I like to throw high arching passes here at Central. Don't throw a lot of line drives over the middle, but they have the receivers that have speed and can separate. So they loft it out and allow the receivers to run underneath it. And they get the separation from the DBs. That ball is kind of chunked by Alvarez, but it's good. Kind of scuffed it, but kicked it straight. 34-7 Central. 5 touchdown passes for quarterback number 8 for Central. Jameson Silva, 5 tonight, and 3 caught by Worthy. Worthy coming in had 4 touchdowns. He has 3 tonight. Silva had 11 touchdown passes coming in. Now he has 16. Great combination, but he's not the only one. I mean, he throws to Hunter, and he throws to Conley and Oliver Davis. Now, Hunter had more receptions entering the game than Worthy, and 8 more yards, 17 yards a catch for Hunter, 22.5 for Worthy, but Worthy's been kind of the main man tonight, even though they have used Hunter. They use whoever's open. I mean, they go to all the guys. So he could utilize, he may have 3 main, the running back and 2 receivers, he may have 3 main guys, but they can go 6, 7 deep as far as receivers getting them the ball. This depends on the matchup, who's open, because the quarterback has the quick release. He sees the defense extremely well. He reads it well and quickly. Lynn on the return, number 2 for Turlock. Gets it across the 20-yard line to the 22. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. They are down 34-7. 2:33 left in the third quarter. They scored early in the game, so we had a 7-6 lead in favor of Turlock and haven't scored since. But, yeah, you read about these guys. Like, I'm not from the Fresno area. I'm from Bakersfield, which is south of Fresno, so I read about a lot of the Fresno players, don't see them much, but, you look at the stats and they're impressive. But it's another thing the eye test, see them in person, not the stats. Another run across the 25-yard line. A lot of people rely on what they look up on the internet and stats, and they think they know a player. Never watch them play, don't know about tendencies and things like that. Lynn, the ball carrier, 2nd and 4 coming up for Turlock. Brooke Pasley. Well, it's been tough sledding against that defensive up front for Central today. And a big guy at nose guard doing a great job, Ricky Correa, 6'4", 320, 99. Big guy playing hard. Kind of sets the tone over the middle for them. Cameron Vaughn doing a good job too, number 9, in that 3-4 alignment. And very tough to move. That was 3rd and 1. But it's first down for Turlock as they move the chains across the 30-yard line. Moving those chains, Turlock. So we have 5 touchdown passes for Silva and 3 receiving for Worthy. So who is it? We still have a quarter play. Who is it for player of the game? At this point, I still go with the quarterback who has to give him the ball. Vaughn. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Bulldogs at their own 33-yard line. Here late in the 3rd quarter at Joe Debley Stadium at Turlock High. Joe Debley. Pasley. Pump fake. Everybody's covered, and he throws it high and out of bounds. That's okay. It was intended for number 10, Holden Baldwin, and a great coverage for Central downfield and short range. So to number 4, Sean Heyman. Number 14, Gabriel Emerson. Heyman, right corner. Emerson kind of helping out like a nickel back. Call him safety. They basically have kind of 5 defensive backs for Central. 3rd and 9 for Turlock. Pasley. Pump fake for Baldwin. Throws it short. Number 7 incomplete. Miguel Pena, but he wasn't going anywhere. That pass at the most would gain about a half yard. So Central took away the pass downfield, and Pasley had to unload it at the last minute. Even if that ball would have been caught, it would have been 4th down and 9 like it is now.
Don't forget that phone number, 604-0473, into the 3rd quarter here to play Turlock High SportsTV. With a $25 gift certificate for Willie.
Okay. Diego comes in to punt for Turlock High School. Diego, Angel, or Angel, whatever you like to pronounce. I'll say Angel. Spanish pronunciation, English pronunciation. He done a good job punting tonight, though. He kicks very easily. Also is a good PAT kicker, but he hasn't had too much of a chance. He's had one tonight. But he's done his job from a standpoint of punting and kicking. He got a very nice leg for a guy that basically is a lineman. You don't see big guys often as kickers, but got a strong leg and very accurate. Number 71 for Turlock. So like I said, he's working on his game, and that's all he can do. You do your job, and you try to improve individually, and hopefully other guys pick it up. 1st and 10 Central. Conlon with the ball coming this way to the 35, turns the corner, 40. Great straight arm, goes out of bounds. That's awesome. I like that. That's old school football. Or And remember, you can straight arm as long as you don't grab the face mask of your opponent and shake it in the same way with a defender against an offensive player. Shove a guy away. And 1st and 10 for Central. He has a very good stiff arm. So does another player for Central. Yes. Emerson, the ball carrier. He always goes forward. Very good north-south runner for the Grizzlies. As he heads up to the 49-yard line. There's Conley. Yes. Yeah. That's a hello. That's sort of like, we're playing football here tonight. This isn't a tea party. This isn't golf. This isn't tennis. It's football. You're going to get hit once in a while. Sometimes in the face. Sometimes the officials will hear it. Sometimes they won't. Okay, this broadcast of Turlock High Football is brought to you in part by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club and Benton Roberson CPAs. Come visit us at 2053 Gear Road, Suite A in Turlock. All right. Benton Roberson CPAs. Okay. They provide personalized tax, accounting, and financial guidance to individuals and businesses throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Our team believes in partnering with you and your team to build a lasting relationship. We'll help you achieve your financial goals. Give us a call today and experience the Benton Roberson difference. We look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to hearing from you. Why not? Okay. Second down situation for Central. They move right to left here in the fourth quarter. Second down and 6 for the Grizzlies, up 34-7. Nice playing defense. Maybe gains about a half yard. Free us on the tackle, number 21. Emerson, the ball carrier, and Colin comes back in number 2. Emerson takes a couple of carries to give Q Conley a little breather, and Q comes back with it. New quarterback, that's Frampton, not Peter Frampton. The pass is caught. Touchdown, Central. Yeah, it's a backup. He's 6'3", about 210, the backup quarterback. He's now 23 for 34 this year for Central. It's not Peter Frampton, it's Dexter Frampton. Dexter Frampton, the southpaw, throwing it deep. Another touchdown, long touchdown for Central. Look at that poise. Yep, got about a yard. Passes to 88, Simpson Battle, I believe. Simpson Battle. And another touchdown throw for Central. Now, starting quarterback, number 8, still had 5 touchdowns passing, 3 of them to Worthy. Frampton comes in. I can do it. I have 3 touchdown passes now, only 1 pick. I can throw 2. So they have 41-7 with 11:28 to play, getting close to their average. So they are showing their stuff tonight, the Grizzlies, as Dexter Frampton comes in and delivers for Central. They like those one-on-one matchups. They take advantage of those one-on-one matchups. Pretty hard to cover the receivers one-on-one, but how many guys can you double team? But they seem to pick the guys that are single coverage, and then they go to them and they have a step on the receiver. So that's a good quarterback play as far as seeing who's going to be single covered and making a quick decision. And someone's telling me Central's a good team. I said, of course they have a good team. They have a good team every year. The question is, how good will they be? It's not a question whether they have a good team. Both our quarterbacks are seniors. I don't know if they're transfers, but they're very good. A lot of poise. You come into a game, your very first pass, you go the distance. You're right there. You know, some guys can never hit that pass. They play all the time, quarterbacks in high school. This guy comes to the game and hits it the first time. That's a big difference. Early in the fourth quarter, and 41-7 in favor of the Central Grizzlies. The number one team in the Central Section and the two-time defending Central Section champs. They lost to Folsom in the state playoffs the past 2 years. And Folsom is the number one ranked team in the Sac Joaquin section, which Turlock is in. Turlock is 13th in that section. And Centralock's the number one in the Central section. Number 16 is State Central. And Turlock's about number 89 in the state. Looks like we had a penalty. 2 personal fouls. The refs want control of the game. That's what they want. So this ball marked off against Turlock to the 20-yard line. One positive for the Bulldogs is they have about 5 sacks tonight. And as Solo tried to throw deep, Pasley pressured, and he's sacked from behind, trying to throw it deep, and everybody was recovered. I mean, there was you got to realize the Central DBs are back about 30 yards, not really covering guys one-on-one, more like a zone, and you only have so much time to throw. And when Silva was sacked in this game, he was trying to throw it deep, and a couple times he took about 8 to 10 seconds to get off the pass. And you don't have that much time. You may be sacked from the right, left side, or from behind. That's what happened to him. So 2nd and 13. That pass complete. Number 10, Baldwin. Very short gain. Holden Baldwin, a little slant over the middle, but Central did not allow him to split the D and take it any distance at all. As he jams it up to the 24-yard line. Pasley looking over his plays. 3rd down and 6 for Turlock. Well, they have a mountain to climb down 41-7. Here comes the pressure. And he goes down from the backside, rolling to his left. Yeah, the receivers going deep. And they recover. Pretty hard to go to your left and try to throw it 45 yards downfield to Pena, Miguel Pena. 4th down, punting time for Turlock. Watch out. Oh, it's number 29 making the play. That would be Jimeng Zhang, Xiong. Zhang, 29 for Central. Jimeng, senior. Linebacker getting some playing time and getting a sack. So I like that. 4th down and 9. So Central will have very good field position. They had 41-7. It'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Grizzlies. High snap. Angel gets it off. Nice height on the punt. It drops into Central territory, the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Moving right to left here in the 4th. They lead 41-7 over Turlock. And it has been basically all Grizzlies since early on. Remember, they led 6-0, we're down 7-6, and then they kind of came alive offensively and defensively. 5 touchdown passes for Jamison Silva, number 8, the quarterback. 3 of them to number 1, Xavier Worthy. That quarterback comes in. He's pretty good. Dexter Frampton, no relation to Peter. Left-hander. He tosses a long score. Beautifully thrown pass. So he has 3 touchdowns this year, Frampton. And right now, Jamison has 16 touchdown throws in his 5th game. First down, Grizzlies at the 48 in Turlock territory. Ball's handed off up the middle to about the 45-yard line. Frampton, number 12, the quarterback. 6'3", 210-pounder. Might have some new linemen in the game, the Grizzlies. Second down and 7, tackle by Jackson for Turlock. Triple F formation. The ball is given off to number 46, Iden Fortenberry for Central. Cuts inside the 40-yard line to about the 38. Gilbert on the stop for Turlock. 3rd and 2 for Central. 8:45 to play. 41-7 Central over Turlock on NorCal Sports TV with Mark Heffernan. Joseph at the controls. Frampton sets up. Long down the left sidelines. Beautiful spiral, incomplete. He has a strong arm. Threw that from midfield to the 5-yard line on the fly. Beautiful spiral, just a little bit overthrown. Good looking toss by Frampton, the southpaw. A lot of schools could use him as a starting quarterback, but he's here. Wants to play for a top-notch program. He gets some playing time. Fortenberry driving to the 40-yard line. Frios and company making the stop for Turlock. Frios 21-14, Rios Rogers. And 4th down coming up for Central. They weren't trying to do too much, so it'll be 4th down. A stop and taken over by Turlock at their own 40-yard line. So a goal for the touchdown on the previous throw. It doesn't work out. So Central runs the ball on 4th down, and it's turned over to Turlock. 8:16 to play, 41-7. And Pasley still in their quarterback. Josiah Gonzalez, 22, running hard, a little cut back to the 45, stays in his feet. Second effort to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Love that effort by Josiah Gonzalez. Turlock will follow the 3-2 this year, and Central will improve to 5-0. The Grizzlies, 2-time defending Central Section champions, are ranked number 1 in the Central Section, and Turlock ranked 13th in the Sac Joaquin section. But the top team might be better than Central. That is Folsom. They have defeated Central the last 2 years in the state playoffs. So Folsom is one of the elite teams in California, just beneath modern-day St. John Bosco and De La Salle. They played De La Salle last week and lost by, 17 points? That is usually their only loss of the season. 2nd down and 7 for Turlock at the Central 40-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. Brooke Pasley, number 16 at QB, still looking right, sets up one-on-one coverage for Baldwin. Lost the high into the air. Baldwin knocked away, incomplete. Here comes the flag. Coverage by Hunter, number 3 for Central. Looked like the pass was up in the air, but maybe there was a hold by Hunter. Baldwin somewhat fell back, trying to retrieve that pass. Really didn't see the pass interference myself. Both players were going up for the ball. They didn't call a hold. They're calling interference against Central. Like I said, I didn't see it. Looked like it was just a good defensive play. Remember, it's not on the point of contact like it is in pro football. So it's 15 yards. 1st down, Turlock. Lynn running to his right, cuts back to about the 21-yard line for Turlock. Stopped by number 11, that'd be Troy DeCarlo, number 11 for Central. 2nd down and 6. 41-7 Central over Turlock on NorCal Sports TV. They were down 7-6 at one point in this game, late in the first quarter. Then they woke up. Oh, it was a matter of time. Pasley's pass, incomplete. Fired it behind Baldwin. A little play action there. Number 16 to number 10. Good coverage by Central. That was a rifle. 3rd down and 5 for Turlock. Pena wide left. The far side for Turlock, number 7. In the slot is Lynn. Gonzalez to the right. Pasley, the quarterback. Pasley looking left. Lofts it high towards the end zone. Looks like a great catch. They're calling it a touchdown. Tremendous throw, great catch by Miguel Pena inside the deep left pylon. Great touchdown. Excellent pass and reception for Turlock. Pasley to Pena for the score. Perfect throw, one-on-one coverage, and it was a great pass. DB was right there. He threw it perfectly, and Pena did a fantastic job following the ball all the way, not giving up on it. And so they score their second touchdown of the game. 41-13, going for the single points. Angels' kick is no good. Score remains Grizzlies 41, Turlock Bulldogs 13 with 6:04 left in a ball game here from Joe W. Stadium. This broadcast of Turlock High Football is brought to you in part by American Asphalt. Taking care of business. Taking care of business, American Asphalt. How about FitPro GO? Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Tune in to find out. I have my FitPro GO player of the game. And I've known it for the last quarter. It's quarterback, number 8 for Central. No question about it. A lot of guys contributed, but he is demand tonight. 5 touchdown passes for number 8. Also by Meeting Rooms on Demand. New location now open in downtown Sonora. So at 11 coming in, 5 tonight. You know, sometimes he gets the ball to his playmakers, and they make them look good. You can throw like a 10-yard pass to Conley or Hunter or Worthy, and they take it for a 50-yard touchdown. Or you can loft it high towards the right pylon or to the right side of the end zone or over the middle of the 10-yard line, and they could bust it all the way. Nevertheless, it's still 5 touchdowns for him. And coming in, his quarterback rank was like over 150. And he had completed 79% of his passes. The negative thing for him, he was sacked about 5 times. Held the ball too long in some passes, but we'll go over that. That's a plus for the Turlock defense. But 5 touchdown passes, 3 of them to Worthy. He is the player of the game, number 8. Jameson Silva, senior quarterback for Central. Freeze was good for Turlock. Scored a touchdown, made a couple tackles, but nobody was close to the quarterback for Central. Conley, very good. Runner, number 2. Running the ball, receiving, but quarterback makes it happen in this offense. He makes it go. Without him, they would not be as potent. They run the show. Quick release, reading the defense, and delivering, executing. Not getting flustered back there. Number 14, Emerson, the ball carrier. Someone told me prior to the game, we'll see what happens. I said, yeah, we will. I don't know if they didn't think I knew what I was talking about. A lot of the backups playing for each team. Frampton, number 12, quarterback, looked pretty good when he came in on that initial series for him and threw a touchdown pass. And he went deep. In fact, he's gone deep twice. Last one was incomplete on the left sidelines, but a beautifully thrown pass. Spiral that was just a little bit overthrown. And 3rd and 7. 5:10 to play as he looks to the sidelines. Kyle Biggs getting close to his 5th victory this year as they will enter the Tri-River Athletic Conference coming up. Clovis, Clovis North, Clovis West, Buchanan. Who did I miss? I missed one team. Clovis East, who's off to a very good start this year. In fact, most of the teams in their conference are, after tonight, some will be 5-0, some 4-1, maybe 1-3-2. And playing different teams, obviously. But the track looking very good coming in. But Central is the class. Their best competition will be Buchanan from Clovis. Buchanan beat Liberty last week, 19-17, at their home stadium. Liberty, the top team from Bakersfield so far. They'll be challenged by Bakersfield High School. And they play in the Southwest Yosemite League, both from the Central section. Central kicking off at 4th and 8. 41-13. Ball's fumbled. Live football to the 25-yard line. And Turlock comes away with it. White recovered it.
Right at the 25-yard line, the Bulldogs will start this drive.
Got first down for the Bulldogs. They'll throw on 25-yard line. Down 41-13. Remember, they scored. Beautiful pass from Pasley to Pena. The PDT was unsuccessful, and that was their second touchdown today. They're waiting for number 17, White, to enter the game. Line up on the far left side. Pasley looking down the left sidelines on a heavy dress, and that's picked off, I believe, at the 40-yard line. Great position by the DB. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. He got inside of White. Used his body. Came back for the ball. That's just good DB work. Wasn't a bad pass. But when you're the receiver, you have to play defensive back with your White, 17. The guy has the inside on you. You got to try to go over his head and knock the ball away. You can't let the defensive back push you around. You got to be aggressive as a receiver, too. There haven't been many turnovers in this game against Turlock. I can think of the fumble and that, so that hasn't necessarily hurt them. Emerson, 14, to the outside, running hard. Dives to about the 43-yard line, number 14. Backs up Conley, and he's made the most of his chances today. He's ran for maybe 3 first downs, getting some touches. You know, if you're not going to have a lot of snaps, you got to go 110% on every play if you're not a starter. That's if you want to get into the games. If you don't, then just go through the motions. Depends what your philosophy is. My philosophy is play hard all the time, whether you're a starter or a backup. Frampton gives the ball up. There's Emerson. Breaks a tackle. First down, midfield, 50. 1st and 10, Central. See, that guy's hungry, 14. He wants to play football. You watch him. It's 3 minutes to play in the game. Every time he's touched the ball, he's ran hard to give Conley a little breather. Now he's the main guy. But he gets that extra 2 and 3 yards. He doesn't have to. It's 41-13. But he's the guy who wants playing time. That's what it's all about. You want to stand on the sidelines, then you don't play hard. You play hard, you get more plays. There he is again. Little cut back. 45, puts his head down to the 43-yard line. I like guys that want to play and show it. Karn with a tackle. A couple of tackles in a row for number 26 for Turlock. Central letting that clock run. It's 2:55. 41-13 in favor of Central. At the 45. There's a little trouble with the handoff. The fake. Frampton running slides at the 35-yard line. Thought it was Cody Bellinger stealing second base for the 14th time this year. It's another first down. Move the chains for Central. Man, these guys learn from the pros. Get as far as you can and do that slide. Stand-up slide. So you can get up and go to third base. From the 35-yard line, right hash mark in Turlock territory. Grizzlies will use up as much clock as they can. Nice power run up the middle by number 46. Fortenberry got a pretty good push up front inside the 30-yard line. Well, Carnes makes some tackles on the series for Turlock. 2nd down and 4 for Central. They got trip left formation. I doubt if they're throwing the ball. Fortenberry again. Bounces off to the right. Inside the 25 to about the 23. Another guy that wants playing time, 46. Tell by his attitude out there and the passion. It's what you got to have in this sport. It's different than baseball, where it's more execution. Now they're Fortenberry behind Frampton. Fortenberry running hard, bounces off inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line before being driven back. They were keeping it on the ground. Fortenberry had the last maybe 4 carries for Central. Prior to that, it was Emerson 14, the backup to Conley. 1:15 left, 41-13 Central. It was 27-7 at the half. Early on, 7-6 Turlock. Keeper by Frampton. A little spin move. Gets to the 15-yard line. Dexter Frampton. Frampton comes alive. 3rd and 2. That was a great live album, by the way. Fantastic. Fortenberry, a little cut back, running hard, puts his head down, and drives to about the 11-yard line. Aiden Fortenberry, number 46. Yeah, they're staying in bounds, and the clock is running. I don't think they won't run another play. That'll be it. The final score will be Central 41, Turlock 13. Like I said, 27-7 at the half. Domination by Central. They're now 5-0. The number 1 team in the Central section and 2-time defending Central section champs. Like I said, 16th in the state. That's a pretty good rank in all of the great teams in California. And Turlock at 3-2 heads into league, the Central California League, next week. Central heads to the Tri-River Athletic Conference, so they try to defend their title for the 3rd time, I guess. They've been to the section final 3 times in a row in the Central section, and a 41-13 win for Central. Frias with a touchdown for Turlock, and also a nice grab. I thought Miguel Pena played very well tonight, number 7. That was a great catch on that pass by Pasley. He made another fine catch early in the game. So number 7 showing that he wants to get more play throughout the course of the game, number 7, but really too much speed. And you look at 3 touchdown receptions for Xavier Worthy, number 1, was really the number 2 receiver coming in. Hunter had a good game to setting up scores. Q Conley, doing a job running, also caught a touchdown passing. Like I said, the keys for them are number 1 Worthy, number 2 Conley, number 3 Hunter, number 8 Silva, and then you have some defensive players here and there. So a lot of guys contribute for Central, but you have the key guys, and the number 1 guy for me tonight was number 8 Jameson Silva, because Jameson Silva is the FitPro GO player of the game. He is our FitPro GO player of the game. So you tuned in, you found out, because I mentioned that about 5 minutes ago. I'm not sure what he gets, if he gets a certificate or whatever like that, but number 8 is definitely has earned that title. 5 touchdown throws tonight. Great job managing the game. He has 16 TDs this year, only 1 interception. His one negative is he was sacked 5 times because he tried to throw deep a lot. That's a positive for Turlock, I guess. But I guess you can't play a perfect game. He's being talked to on the field at the 35-yard line by somebody with a camera. That's number 8, Silva for Central, our player of the game, FitPro GO player of the game. Okay, here we go. This broadcast of Turlock High football is brought to you in part by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club, Benton Roberson CPAs at 2053 Gear Road, Suite A in Turlock, Willie's Pizza and Wings, American Asphalt, taking care of business, FitPro GO, and number 8, Jameson Silva, our player of the game, FitPro GO player of the game. Meeting rooms on demand, new location now open in downtown Sonora, and NorCal Summer Basketball Camp, overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls, coming the summer of 2020 to Sonora. That's Dion's area, Sonora. Does that mean to keep on talking or to wrap it up? Keep on talking, right? Wrap it up. I do both. Now, Silva is now joining his team, our FitPro GO player of the game, number 8 for Central. Hopefully he gets some kind of gift certificate or gift card, something like that. But anyway, he threw for 5 touchdown passes. His backup, Dexter Frampton, came to the game, no relation to Peter. and threw a beautiful touchdown pass, and probably his first throw, a southpaw. He tried again with another toss that was just overthrown to the left sidelines. But, like I mentioned during the course of the game and prior to it, this team had averaged 152 yards rushing per game, Central, and 267 through the air. So they set up the run game with their passing game. But they do both very well. Some spread teams just pass. They can do a little bit of both because you have Conley, number 2, who can run. He's a very good receiver. You have 2 exceptional receivers in number 1, Worthy, number 3, Hunter. And other guys are not bad, like Oliver Davis, number 80, number 88, Simpson Battle. They caught touchdown passes. And they got a few other guys they throw into the mix. And I'll tell you what, we talk about their offense, their defense, did an outstanding job for Central tonight. I think their defense is better than it was last year. I give credit to the big guy, number 99, Ricky Correa, 6'4", 320, right there in the middle, 3-4 defense, pounding the center in every play. And then you go on and you go on from that. A lot of guys making the deal. I guess I keep on talking. So at any rate, Actually, they were below their points per game average. They had averaged 44.7 coming in and had given up 8.7. So Central only scored 41, and they gave up 13. I figured the game would be a little bit closer than that, maybe a touchdown separation. But nevertheless, they're 5-0, and Turlock is 3-2. Turlock heads to the Central California League, and that's a tough division. You have Modesto and Turlock and Pittman in that league. They play Pittman last. And then, of course, Central in a very tough Tri-River Athletic Conference with a number of tough schools like Clovis, Buchanan, the toughest competitor, Clovis West, Clovis East. Who did I miss? I don't know. I missed somebody because there's supposed to be 5 games there. Let's see, you have, I have to write it down. You have Clovis West, you have Clovis North, you have Buchanan, you have Clovis, you have Central, and you have Clovis East. Why am I always leaving out Clovis East? They're having their best season in about 10 years, and they're not that far from Sanger. Any rate, great job by Joseph, our executive producer. And like I said, our FitPro Pro player of the game, number 8, and that'll be Jameson Silva of Central High as they move to 5-0 and Turlock falls to 3-2. Great game tonight. Light coming from Joe Debley Stadium here at Turlock High School. I'm Mark Heffernan. The final score once again was Central High, the Grizzlies of Fresno, 41 and 13 for the Turlock High Bulldogs. Good night from Turlock, California. Thank you for joining us.